how to make these nice Bootstrap card elements? Stay tuned, I'll show you how. Welcome to Code Made Easy video tutorials presented by Blackstar Code Academy, where we make learning to code easy. For complete, easy to understand and detailed coding video tutorials, visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/CodeMadeEasy. Here you'll find in-depth coding instructions and lessons that are easy to understand and follow. So visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/CodeMadeEasy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to code these nice responsive Bootstrap card elements using Bootstrap version 4.3.1. So we'll need our code editor. I'll be using Notepad++. You can download Notepad++ from notepad++.org for free. And we'll be using version 6.0, okay, because that gives us all the resources that we need. So it's 6.0. So let's begin. I'll go into my code editor. And from the top of the page, you'll see that in my head section, I've included the links to the Bootstrap CDN. Now I'll be leaving a link to this resource in the description box. It's here on the Bootstrap website, and you just scroll down the page and you include the CSS links as well as the JavaScript links. You include all these links into the top of your page here, just as I've done here. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go down to our page here, and you see I have my section here where I'm going to put the card elements. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and create a number of divs. So I'll do an opening div tag here, closing div tag there, closing div tag, and I want to open that div because I want to include another div inside there. So I'll tab over, opening div tag, and closing div tag there for my second div. And I want to open that div and include another div inside there. So I'll do opening div tag, closing div tag there. Okay, and then I want to do my last div here. So I'll open that div, do opening div tag, and a closing div tag there. Okay, so I want to open that one as well. So what we have here is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 divs. Now within this final div here, I want to include a couple of HTML tags. So I'm going to use a heading 5 tag. So I'll do an opening H5 tag and a closing H5 tag. Okay, and then just below that I want to include a paragraph tag, opening paragraph tag, and closing paragraph tag. And beneath that we want to use our link tag here, so we'll do an opening A tag and a closing A tag. And within that tag there, we're going to include our buttons as you see here on my finished page. So now I'll go back to my markup and I'm going to Control S there. Now at this point we want to include some classes in our divs. Okay, we'll be working primarily with the card class for Bootstrap. Okay, so the first class we want to include is our class of row for the first div here. So we'll do class equals double quotes and then followed by the word row. Okay, the second div is going to be our responsive class. So we'll have our class equals double quotes and then col-md-4. And this class that's assigned to this div is going to span across 4 columns in our grid. And you can learn all about Bootstrap grids on our Patreon page at patreon.com/CodeMadeEasy. So now the next div, we're going to assign a class of card. Okay, we'll be working with the Bootstrap class of card. Let me do a little bit of cleanup here. I want to move this over just a little bit for readability, so I'll tab over. And now we want to include another card class, so we'll do a class equals double quotes card hyphen body. Okay, so that's another Bootstrap class that we're going to be using here. Okay, so the next one, we want to include a class for our H5 tag. And this will be a class equals double quotes card hyphen title. Okay, that will be our title there. Okay, and then in our paragraph tag, we want to include a class of class equals double quotes card hyphen text, because that will be the text that you see here on my finish page. We have the text here, and then this is the card title that I just assigned, the class that I assigned to my H5 tag. So back in the markup, I'll do a Control S because I'm on a Windows machine. The hotkeys are Control S, and I'll go back over to my page and refresh my test page because, as you see, I have no content there. So I'll go ahead and refresh that, and as you can see, I've got the beginnings of my first card here. So now what I want to do is I want to move this away from my navigation menu and from the side of my page there. So what I'm going to do is add some linear styling. You can learn all about linear styling on our Patreon page at patreon.com/codemadeeasy. So I'll do a style equals double quotes, and then I'll do a property of padding followed by a colon of say 40 pixels. Okay, form a Control S. And I'll go back to my page, refresh my page, and there you go. See that the card has moved away from the side and it's moved a little bit away from the navigation menu. So now I want to go ahead and add some text in my H5 tag. So what you do is you just go ahead and put your cursor right between the opening H5 tag and the closing H5 tag. You include whatever text you want. So I'll just say the title goes here. Okay, and just to show you what that looks like, I'll go back over to my work, my test page, and there you go. So I put my title goes here, text there. Okay, so now on the next line, which has my paragraph tag, which is assigned the class of card text, I want to put some text in there. I'm going to say I'll put place whatever text you would like goes here. Say whatever you want. Okay, and Control S. Go back to my page, refresh my page, and you see my text is there. So now I want to add a button, just like you see the button here on my finish page. I want to add a button there. So I'll go ahead and use some more Bootstrap classes, and I'll assign those classes to my link tag here. So first I want to do a href equals double quotes. I'm just going to put a pound sign in there because it's not linked to any pages. Then I'm going to follow that with a class equals double quotes, and the Bootstrap class is going to be btn for button, then btn hyphen primary for the large button. Okay, and so I'll go back and Control S to save my work, just so I can kind of show you what it looks like here. Okay, and refresh my page, and there's the beginnings of my button there. So now I want to include some text in that button. So I'll go all the way over on my link tag here, and in between the opening link tag and the closing link tag, I'm going to add my text. I'll just add the words learn more. Okay, Control S, go back to my page, refresh my page, and there you go. So now I have my learn more text. So the buttons there, the card is shaping up pretty nicely here. So now I want to add two more cards here, just like I have on my finished page here. So there's a simple way to do that. So what you do is you copy the entire section here of divs here, starting with your div that's assigned the responsive class of COLMD4. Okay, you highlight all that, Control C to copy it. Then you go down to the closing tag of that same div, this div here, and you enter, and you Control V to paste the text in there, the code in there, and you see that when I go back to my page, you'll see that another card has appeared. Okay, that's the simplest way to do that. So this is the easy way to create cards, and I'll go ahead and do that, perform that process one more time. My opening tag there, or div there, and I'll go ahead and Control V, Control S to save the modifications to the markup, and there you go. So now I have all three of my cards in here. So just a recap of what we went over in this tutorial. This is the easy way to add the cards to your Bootstrap build. So what we did, we added our links, our remote links to the CDN here, okay, Bootstrap CDN, and then we created our row here. And just a reminder that when you're putting these cards inside here, including those copy and paste cards, the code for those cards, you want to make sure they end up in the same row. Okay, so you got to make sure they're in the same row. So just to complete what I was saying, you've got your div here that's got the responsive class assigned to it. Then I added my div here that has the class of card. Then I added my div that has the class of card body. And then I added a class of card title to my H5 tag and a class of card text to my paragraph tag. So we're working with the card class within Bootstrap. So again, this concludes this particular video. If you want to learn more about Bootstrap, CSS, PHP, WordPress, JavaScript, just visit our Patreon page at patreon.com. And that concludes this video, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.